Okay, in this example it says solve the equation by using the square root property, and the question is parentheses x plus 17 parentheses squared is equal to -4. So let's go ahead and then again use the square root property to solve this problem. So we're going to go ahead in step number 1 and then just write out the question, x plus 17 squared, which is equal to -4. Okay, so now at this point we don't have to add or subtract anything to both sides. We can go ahead and start using the square root property from this first step. So from step number 2, we're going to take the square root of both sides. We have the square root of x plus 17 squared, and that's equal to plus or minus the square root of -4. Okay, now before we go and then take the square root of both sides, we want to factor out the square root of that negative number. So in step number 3, we're going to rewrite the same step on the left side, which is the square root of x plus 17 squared. And then this is going to equal plus or minus the square root of +4 times the square root of -1. Okay, now we can go ahead and then take the square root of each particular item. Now, what do we have to square to get x plus 17 squared? Well, the answer is x plus 17. And then that's going to equal plus or minus the square root of 4, or what do I have to square to get 4? The answer is 2. And what is the square root of -1? Well, we know it's I. Okay, now the next step is we want to make sure that we solve for x. So we're going to have to subtract 17 to both sides, and we want to make sure it's in front of the plus or minus side. So therefore, in step number 5, when we solve for x, it's going to equal -17 plus or minus 2i. Okay, so there are two ways to write this result. The first one is we have -17 minus 2i. That's one solution. And then -17 plus 2i. Okay, that's one way of writing both solutions. Or we can just leave it as it is and write -17 plus or minus 2i. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you put in, but let's go ahead and put in the result here. So we have -17, we have minus 2i, comma, -17 plus 2i. Let's go ahead and check our answer, and there is our result.